Good morning.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the one, the only, the true, the original Morning Brew. I'm Harry Dick. Wowzer. Thank you so much. And once again, welcome to the show. I thank you for joining us this morning. So get yourself a nice hot cup of Joe, and let's get started with episode number 3. When we ended episode number 2, we were explaining how the Keenan family were participating in an online interview, a video chat with possibly their future landlord. At first, they thought he was a very angry, stressed person until they mentioned some things about their children, and he seemed kind of relaxed, kind of released almost. And he kept asking more questions about the children, which at first the Keenans didn't think much of it. So they did reach an agreement, and the Keenans said that they would take the place, and the landlord, the freak, agreed to accept them as tenants. So moving day has arrived, and the Keenans arrive at the house. They didn't have many things, just some clothing, some personal belongings, family photos, small appliances, things like that. But when they arrived, they were once again met with the mentally challenged brother of the landlord. And the mentally challenged brother of the landlord, as we know, Big Al. And Big Al was sitting on the front step with a shirt that was probably 3 sizes too small, with a large extended belly and a very deep cave-like belly button that was collecting lint, and very large swollen ankles and feet with thick yellow crusted toenails. So the Keenans met with Big Al for the second time, and he greeted them. Hello, neighbor, hello. And Mr. Keenan and his wife responded and greeted Big Al back with, hello, neighbor, hello, we're looking forward to being your neighbor. And really, what they were really thinking was, how sad it was and how terrible it was that this mentally challenged person was left alone. But they kept that to themselves. And Big Al was struggling to get up off the steps, grunting. The enormous belly in the way made it difficult for him to get up off the step. So Mr. Keenan extended his hand and helped pull Big Al up off the step. And as this was happening, Big Al broke wind, and the Keenans kept their composure without making any comments about the stink that followed. So they followed behind Big Al, which they really didn't want to. They were getting crop dusted by Big Al breaking more wind as he waddled over to the apartment that the Keenans would be renting. And the Keenans asked Big Al, when was the last time somebody stayed in the apartment? And they didn't quite understand with all the heavy breathing and grunting, but Big Al managed to get out that the apartment was occupied by his brother, Freak, before I said Creep. He's known as the Freak. Anyway, let's move on, folks. And he did explain that his brother Freak went off to the Philippines to go sex padding, and they thought that, oh, so he's not coming back. And Big Al said, oh, he is coming back, but he will stay with me. And after Big Al explained that his brother would be staying with him, he kind of went into this repeating, brother, 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 my brother, my brother, my brother, stay with me. And he started slapping himself on the forehead. And the Keenans asked him, are you okay? Do you need to sit down? And I'm okay. He replied he was okay. As the door to the apartment that the Keenans would be renting opened, there was a strong scent of old peanut butter. The smell of like old peanut butter came rushing out of the door. And they could see over in the corner of the apartment, I guess it would be considered a living room area, there was a dog shaking in the corner. And the dog jumped to its feet and ran out the door real fast. And Big Al started to chuckle very loudly and said, he thought my brother was home. He thought my brother was home. My brother was home. And the Keenans were very confused at this point. But they could see chunks of dog hair all over the floor in every room. And they noticed a small love seat in the living room area. And the strangest thing was there was a leg of a wooden chair propped between two cushions of the love seat in an upright position. And Mrs. Keenan thought that it was very strange that would be placed like that. And she got closer and she could see that the wooden leg of the chair that was propped between the two cushions was covered in vegetable oil, because she would only assume it was vegetable oil because it was a large plastic container of Wesson corn oil on the side of the couch that has been used quite often because it was everywhere, all over the wooden thing. I think we're going to stop there right now, folks, because I'm not feeling too well telling this story. Yeah, I'm definitely going to stop here, folks. Harry Dick is not feeling so well, just thinking about these things at the moment. But I want to thank you, folks. I want to thank you, folks, for tuning in to this episode of The Morning Brew. And this is episode 3. And once I'm able to shake some of these thoughts, we will continue with episode 4. But once again, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in to the one, the only, the true, the original Morning Brew with me, Harry Dick. I hope everybody has a great morning, great afternoon, and a great evening. And we'll see you next time. Take care.